All right, good evening, everybody. Today is the 31st. A lot of you are just sending me pictures after pictures after pictures of your mineral spots. Holy smokes, am I blown away. This little session, this is going to be a short one. We're just going to get into how to do your minerals. I'm not saying there's a right way or a wrong way, but there's a better way. You want to just dump the bag out on the ground? That's up to you. But let me show you how we do it. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, so how we do our minerals, we basically, it's pretty plain and simple. In years past, when minerals kind of really started hitting the market here about 10 years or so ago, I would go out and I would just dump them on the ground. On the ground. What I notice with that though is I don't care who made the minerals, how much salt it had in it. I can tell you one thing that every single mineral did: it would crust over. And then the deer were, they weren't too into it. I saw this video, this about 5-6 years ago. I think it was from Texas, where they would go out, dig a hole, and mix it up in the hole, push the dirt back on it, so on and so forth. It doesn't crust over that way. The deer end up eating the dirt as well. The dirt, again, does have minerals that they do need, and they do eat dirt. I don't know if anybody noticed, any of you guys noticed that, but the deer do eat dirt. So digging the hole, I usually dig it, I don't know, 2 foot wide, foot wide, maybe a shovelful deep, and I'm pulling out about 10 pounds of dirt. I take that dirt and I take the bag and I mix probably 50 to 60% of that in the dirt, and I put all that back in the hole, and then I take what's left over and I sprinkle on top. I've taken water with me and dumped water. When I was done filling the hole back up, I put water on it so it soaks into that dirt. Lately, I've just been kind of watching the weather. When I know it's going to rain, that way I don't have to drag water out there with me. I'll go out and I'll make these mineral spots, and then it rains that night or what have you, and then it soaks in. So a lot of, if you're taking 10 pounds of minerals and you're actually making 20 pounds of minerals, take that. You're doubling their size, obviously. And, heck, it should last you about 2 months. The first spot I set up here a few weeks ago was my river bottom spot. I kid you not, I had 3,300 pictures in, I think it was 13 days. I'm not lying to you. They get in there, man, and they just start digging at it. they can't stop digging at it. Now it's a hole. So this next time I'll go back, do the, dig it out again a little bit and turn it over, mix it up, toss it in like a nice salad. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about, we're going to dive a little bit more deeper into these minerals.
Every hunter out there wants deer coming into their stand, right? Why do we use Full Force hunting products? That's why.
Okay, so should you use minerals? Depending on where you live, I'd say if you're in a lot of sandy soil like it is here in northern Michigan, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could drive 2 hours south and have the blackest soil that you'd ever see. But here, it's pretty tan. It's very tan. It's a lot of sand. It's hard to, I got away from food plots a few years ago because it's just such a pain in the butt to try and grow something around here. So the next best thing is mineral spots. If you're the guy that's going to buy 1 or 2 bags a year, I own a product company, and I'm not trying to push you away, but don't waste your money. There's other stuff out there that you can use, but I'll say this, though. Minerals are a lot cheaper, will last longer, less trips in and out of your stand if you're baiting. I mean, if you're out there with apples, carrots, corn, sugar beets, whatever, you're going to have to go in and out, make sure there's constantly food there. Where minerals, you can go out once and you only need to go out once every few weeks. Minerals do work all year long. I'm gonna rephrase that. Minerals work most of the year. I don't care what mineral it is. They usually stop hitting it when the acorns start to fall. I mean, you're not going to beat Mother Nature. Give it up. You just got to be where the acorns are at. I don't care what you're throwing out there. You got to be where the acorns are at, or where other vegetation is, what they like that time of year. So they usually do start slowing down in the end of September, into October. That there's like a month, maybe a month and a half, 2 months there. They're not big on minerals. They're looking for other things like acorns and things like that. So if your thought process is, I'm going to go throw down 20 pounds of minerals this summer in my good spot, I should see 150, 160 inch deer. No, just get that out of your head. Using minerals is a 4 to 6 year process. It's kind of like your fingernails and your hair. And as long as if a deer's antlers they're like your fingernails and hair, that if you have, your body is getting what it needs, the access is your fingernails, antlers, and the hair and things like that. By putting out the minerals helps boost that. First, it's the doe. The doe has to be in constant contact with minerals, especially up here in northern Michigan. I can't tell you how. I know I've heard this a million times. Our soil's horrible. I'm telling you, it is horrible. steady regiment of minerals. Starts with the doe. And then process, it hits the fawns grow up, start eating the minerals, so on and so forth. If, you know, a 5-year-old deer, 5-year-old buck here, his antlers on average probably look like a 3-year-old out of Iowa. It's the truth. It's the truth. So age is huge here. Age is big. The genetics are big because our soil is so poor. So poor. So if you think you're going to buy a couple bags just to buy a couple bags and think you're going to grow 150, 160 inch deer, no. Just don't do it. I would say you're probably 10 pounds every, I don't know, 4 times a year, 5 times a year, 10 pounds each place. Each spot you got. Yeah. And it's really not that expensive at all. I mean, you know, you can pick up some really dirt cheap, you know, cheap stuff somewhere for probably, I don't know, $15, $20 for a couple gallons. So, all right, we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Mark here from Buckeye Outdoors. If there's one thing that we like to use in our woods, it's full force hunting products when the shot counts.
So, last weekend, I spent some time with my buddies down the road, Ted and Steve. We constantly talk hunting. I mean, that's... I think when we start this conversation, the women just... they just walk away. But they're huge into minerals. They see it now. Over the last couple of years, they have noticed a big increase in the antler sizes that they are getting and what they are getting on camera. So minerals do make a huge difference. I mean, not only are you know, to the deer it smells good, tastes good, it's an attractant for them. But yeah, it's a big thing. So if you're big, if you want to have a healthier herd, start putting out minerals. I mean, it's the best thing for them. In all honesty, it is. Even if you're not a trophy hunter, if you're not into big racks, man, it's a great attractant. I mean, and they like it. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's again, it's better than buying, you know, apples, corn, beets, and carrots and throwing all that out there. And, you know, anyway, I just wanted to make this short and sweet, and hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. I should have another episode up and going here in about another week. See ya.